Okay, hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. We're gonna have a little bit of a discussion on your boy, Polnareff. I'm gonna be real with you. Like, a lot of you lot in the last episode, when he obviously pops up in part 5, were atting me a bit. You know, it was more like, Don, you can't be mean to Polnareff. He's gone through so much. He's lost his arms, his legs, and his eye. You should feel sorry for him. Then there's also, Don, Polnareff's had the most screen time in part 3. He's amazing. He had the most character development as well. And then there's also, Don, why don't you love Polnareff? Is there something wrong in your head? He's amazing. He's absolutely... Listen. Look at me. I don't care. Polnareff's a bitch. That's all I want. That's it. That's what I'm saying. This could be the most disliked video I ever really do. I don't care. I'm going to tell you now why I don't like him. And the reason for that isn't because of the fandom liking him and stuff like that. Like I said, I pretty much like every single character in JoJo, apart from that one guy in part 3 that was like, that gets the through out of like beating up kids. That was kind of weird. But Polnareff, for me, like, out of the protagonists, Polnareff was my least like, and it's literally just because he's an arrogant stupid. Like, he knows how can I explain that? He's not smart, but he thinks he's smart, and that annoys me. Like, for example, part 4, Jobro, the guy that jings out with Josuke all the time, I can't remember his name, but I'll put a clip in. He knew he was dumb and he ran with that. So there was times where he'd be like, no, I'm not smart enough to do this, so we've done something else. And I fuck with that, because there's times where I'm not smart enough to do something, but you need to admit that you're not smart enough to do it to move on. Polnareff never did that. He just thought he always knew best, and he thought he was always just could do everything. And to be real with you, 9 times out of 10, he needed help. Like, I don't think he had a battle where he didn't get help. Like, I'm pretty sure every other like crew of the part 3 crew had an individual battle where they didn't need any help. And I know you're not gonna say, oh, Polnareff where he had the Egyptian sword thing, whatever, he didn't need any help. Well, technically, he didn't defeat the Egyptian sword because he defeated one user of the Egyptian sword, but didn't actually defeat the Egyptian sword itself. Because then when he went to the barber, the sword was still about and he still got attacked by it. So I'm not counting that. Like, there was, and then even against Vanilla Ice in the final battle, 2 people sacrificed themselves to save him. And this is not me saying that he's weak. This is not me. I couldn't really care if he was the weakest of them all. That wouldn't affect how I feel about him. What I'm saying is that he's an arrogant, stupid character, and he just thinks he's no better than everyone. And where I am at part 5, you lot tried to blame Bruno for so much of Polnareff's plan going fucked up. And I get where you lot are coming from, but let's put Bruno into the situation where Bruno's dead. Like, his heart stopped. Bruno is no longer living. Obviously, I don't know what happens in 34 and 35 or 36, 37, 38 as of yet. But from all I know now, Polnareff's dead. And I don't feel two ways about it. But Bruno, in my point of view, Bruno's been dead since Crimson gave him the big cocks in his stomach. And the fact that he has fought on and done so many bits to even be standing now, I'm not gonna lie to you. He's changed, like, King Crimson changed, or Boss changed his aura to Trish, and he can't see, he can't walk, he's dead. So the fact that he can even still get to the Colosseum isn't really a bad thing. My point of view is, Polnareff shouldn't have had that arrow on his fucking lap. The whole point of you going to Rome to get Bruno and the gang there is to give him the arrow. That doesn't fucking mean you show off the arrow like it's a fucking 100k subscriber plaque. You don't do that. Why is the arrow sitting on your lap? Why is it out on show? Your first priority should be to hide the arrow, regardless. Because like I said, like, to be honest with you, you don't know Bruno. Like, yeah, you've done your research, but you don't know Bruno. You don't know the gang. You don't know if there's a traitor between them. Obviously, he knows that they portrayed Boss, and he knows that they've that they're on the way to see him. But at the end of the day, you can never be like, if you're telling me that he's full of all this stuff in his head, that should have been a possibility. You can't 100% meet someone and 100% trust them and have have the arrow in your pocket. Have the arrow on your lap thinking, yeah, it's going to chill there and no one's going to know what it is. If you, I'm not, regardless of Boss was there with him and Bruno thought it was Trish, that arrow should not be in plain sight, regardless of how many strategies you thought of. That should be the first thing. As someone smart, yeah, you would, not even smart, my 9-year-old niece could probably be like, okay, this is important and they're gonna need that. I should probably hide it so they don't see it. Because as soon as Doppio saw the arrow, he transformed into Boss. As soon as the arrow got clocked, yeah, he was like, oh, I know who you are. Do you know what I mean? Because again, he's fought him. He's had a battle with him over the arrows or whatever, over the organization, stuff like that. So if you know who, do you know what I mean? That is why I don't understand why you lot are trying to blame Bruno for this. Because in my head, in my point of view, it's not his fault. Bruno's dead. He's basically dead. But he's still living. You know what I mean? He's a corpse. He's cold. He's not breathing. He's basically fucked. Let's be honest. He's fucked. So at the end of the day, blaming Bruno for a situation that he can't really control isn't, I don't think, fair. Whereas blaming Polnareff for a situation which was in his control, he had the point. He was at the top. He was at the top of the stairs. Doppio and Bruno was at the bottom of the stairs. All you had to do is ask the questions that you needed. Like you said, he done well to the point where he's like, show me your stand so I know it's Trish. What is her stand? He done well there. All that fucked up for him was the arrow was on his lap, and that's what fucked up the whole situation. I'm telling you now, if the arrow wasn't on his lap, Doppio wouldn't have been that suspicious because he didn't know who it was. As soon as he saw the arrow, boom, click, 2 and 2, because Boss is smart. He's not a fucking idiot. He would have clocked that. And that's for me, that's why it's not Bruno's fault. That's why that's why Polnareff fucked up. And that's on baby. I'm not capping. It's not me trying to hate a main character and blah, 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 blah. That's my reason. Like I said, I don't you're not talking about Requiem and stuff like that. Obviously, you lot said he stabbed his stand, but even for that not to happen, Polnareff, I generally feel shouldn't have had the arrow out to play out on stand. With Kira, when Kira had the arrow, Kira is smart. Kira hid the arrow in it might have been not a great place to hide it, but he hid it. Do you know what I mean? He didn't make it bait that he had it. He didn't do nothing like that. He hid that fucking arrow like it should have been done. It honestly should have been done. In part 4, Kira done the right thing of hiding the arrow. He wasn't what's his name's brother when he's walking around shooting people trying to get stand. He hid the fucking arrow. Then his dad took it and then obviously blah, 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 different story. But the main purpose of the arrow was him to hide it and he hid it. They didn't know about it until he went to his house fucking 28 episodes later or 30 episodes later. Do you know what I mean? And he had the arrow for a time. Polnareff had the arrow, came to him and got caught straight away with the arrow. To me, that's not smart. Anything he does from here is because he didn't hide the arrow. That's all I'm saying. And I know you're not going to be like, oh, he's gone through so much and blah, 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 blah. Doesn't really matter what he's gone through. The fact that you've gone through all of that should have made you more on your toes. And you're not going to be like, yeah, he's fought through every situation. He didn't. Because the arrow was still fucking sitting on his lap in part 5 where he's smart enough. Well, apparently he's got smart and apparently he's a mastermind to do all of that. Regardless if he stabbed his stand with his arrow and regardless if his stand gets new ability, that should have not happened. You were in 100% he was in control of that situation and he fucked it. Regardless if Bruno bought Boss there, regardless of Bruno was a corpse, he was in control of that situation and it fucked up. That's how I'm seeing it. I know there's going to be, this might be my most disliked video, I don't really care. But, all I'm saying to you, man, is I'm not blaming Bruno for doing that. If you want to talk about Polnareff part 3, we'll have to do that in a completely other video because that will probably be a 20-minute thing. All I'm saying is from where I am right now, episode 33, yeah, this is, I do not blame Bruno at all. This is not Bruno's fault. This is not one of them ones there where Bruno should have done something different. Bruno's a fucking corpse. Bruno has gone through so much since dying, and the fact that he's still walking and, well, not walking, but you know what I mean. His fact that he's still breathing and still fucking alive and being able to communicate with Polnareff and do all of that, I don't care. Bruno is a fucking OG and Bruno is the best JoJo there ever is. And for the anime parts that I've seen, he is the best. On God, on baby, no cap. And the fact that you lot had the slight nerve to diss my brother Bruno is just disrespectful. It's just disrespectful. I need you lot to rate Bruno for what he's done. Polnareff hasn't done anything. In part 5 so far for me, episode 33, he hasn't done anything. Wait, episode 33? Yeah, because I'm about to record episode 34 now. In episode 33, he hasn't done anything. That is honestly the reason for this little run that I'm doing now, this discussion thing. And you let me not know if I'm wrong and you feel like Polnareff's done, like, let's not, don't get me wrong, if I'm wrong, I will do a video. You lot can clip this. I will do another video apologizing. If Polnareff does big brain plays, like I know you lot man said he stabbed his stand and obviously stand at the end of part 33, but I'm saying on an overall scale, yeah, of shit to hit the fan, which it obviously has done now, Polnareff is the reason to blame for shit hitting the fan. That's what I have to say. It's not Bruno's fault. You cannot blame Bruno because, like I said to you, man, Bruno's a corpse. Yeah. So before I start repeating myself over and over again, let me leave it here. I'm gonna watch episode 34 now. Like I said, the episode will go up on Patreon if you want to watch it. Let me, if you have made it this far, just put Cock in, because we all miss Cock in. So either just put big cocks or put Cock in the comments down below if you've made it this far, and then let me know what you think of the discussion. Like, I want I just want opinions on this one, because like I said, in my point of view, I don't see it as Bruno's fault. If you guys do see it as Bruno's fault, then I want to know why. And if you're not saying because he didn't see Trish, the guy can barely see, he's a fucking corpse. So I'm gonna need another reason for that, because you can't, the fact that he's pushed himself this far to even be alive, and he doesn't have any vision. I'm gonna need you lot to tell me the reason apart from that he's a corpse, because I don't think there is one. Because I honestly don't think there is one. I know it's very one-sided, simple-minded of me, but I generally don't think you can blame Bruno for this. Because Polnareff was in the driving seat on this one, and you lot can agree with me. He was in the driving seat. When he was looking down on Doppio and Bruno, he was in the driving seat. When he said to Bruno, "Show me Trish's stand," or and it would have obviously been Kim Crimson, and we were like, "That's not his fucking stand, that's fucking Kim Crimson." He would have been in the driving seat. What fucked up was he had the arrow. That's what fucked up. In his leg, he had the arrow. But like I said, this is going to come out probably today with the Naruto Shippuden openings, and episode 34 will come out tomorrow. But it will be on Patreon today, and so it will probably be episode 35. So head over to Patreon for the show support. We've got 29 people on Patreon now. So join the gang, and yeah. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe to the comment on today. If you want more little rants like this, let a brother know. Let a brother know, and we will run now. Anyway, like, subscribe. See you lot in a bit. Peace. Cheers.